Alright, welcome back to an episode of the Book Club in the Board. Thank you, Book Club. Yeah! Today, guys, today, we're extremely special episode. I need to fix it. Because today, guys, we're on episode number 387, guys. Damn! Guys, so many episodes. I really enjoyed it, and we are getting really close. You know what? You know to what? To the special 400, guys. Can you believe it? 400 special episodes, guys. It's just crazy. I need to think of a way to celebrate this great achievement. It's still not good. Okay, everything is set. Let's go, guys. And then we continue with the tech economy from by GaryVaynerchuk, page 17.5 to 19. So let's go. Title: When Karen meant business. If you're lucky enough to spend any time around any 80 or 90 years olds, we still have their wits about them and their memory intact. Even inevitably, hear them remark how much the world has changed since they were young. Most elderly people can easily identify many ways in which the world has changed for the better, but they often express more than a unit of regret for a time when things moved more slowly. When people knew their neighbors and strangers and friends alike were expected to treat each other with courtesy and respect, even if they didn't feel like it. They will also reminds about how retailers and local businesses made it a point to know your name and make you feel like family when you walked in, as well as they should have. Whether you lived in a small town or one of the small town communities recreated in city neighborhoods, it was entirely possible the business owners / managers had known your whole life. Back then, there was no need to encourage people to buy local. Local was, for the most part, all there was. If your mother bought her meat at Butcher Bob's, it was pretty likely that you shopped at Butcher Bob's too. Butcher Bob knew your family, knew your tastes, and knew that during the cold months, he could reserve a hamburger for you to flavor your weekly batch of split pea soup. How Butcher Bob treated you when you walked into his store was as crucial as the quality of his ground beef. It wasn't that you only had to walk 3 blocks over to see what rival butcher Bill had to offer in his case. It was that if you weren't happy with the service you received, if, for example, Butcher Bob refused to reimburse you for the freshly ground chuck that you brought home money to discover it wasn't so fresh, it would vent your outrage to the PTA, or a trade union meeting, or the country club. That was Butcher Bob's worst nightmare. If the PTA trade unions or country club members represented a big chunk of his customer base, to lose one disgruntled customer could often mean losing 10 of his or her friends and their relatives. In the smaller, tight-knit communities of yesterday, 10 people represented a lot of revenue. Businesses lived and died by what was said via word of mouth, and by the influence people had with one another. That meant every person who walked through the door had to feel as though he or she mattered. And Nancy was the only game in town. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, everyone who had to deal with customers had to be as friendly, accommodating, and when necessary, apologetic as the other guy, if not more so. This was an era when businesses could stay in family hands for several generations. Often, the business wasn't just a way to make money. It was something the owners and the managers closely identified with and in which they took pride. When the business was relatively new, the people who ran it often cared as though their life depended upon it because, well, it did. The business was a ticket to the American dream. This is what was going to launch their children's future. They were in it for the long haul. It would be their legacy. And in the end, when they retired, they were probably still going to live among all the people with whom they had done business for many years. Their customers weren't just working wallets. They were friends and neighbors. So business owners cared about their customers a lot. Title: Word of mouth loses its voice. Word of mouth loses its voice. That word our grandparents and great-grandparents knew. The one where relationships and the word of mouth could have a direct impact on an individual's personal and professional reputation, and on the success or failure of one's business, began to disintegrate around the time when ordinary people like Butcher Bob bought their first car. In the years between the mid to late 1920s and the post-World War II boom, around the middle of the last century, a lot of social and economic forces converged, and people took advantage of the affordable cars and the new highways built for them to head out to suburbia. As time went on, Americans started fleeing even further to exurbia. The countryside was paved with parking lots and lined with strip malls to serve the burgeoning commuter society. For many, the sign that you would arrive was that you had managed to put as much distance as possible between yourself and everybody else, preferably with a gate. Those decades that brought greater distance between friends, family, and neighbors coincided with the rapid rise of big business. Butcher Bob retired just in time to avoid being crushed by the newly built Safeway supermarket chain, which would eventually include over 2,000 stores across the country. If the company that treated a great-grandma like royalty, even when she was only buying a $2 rate, had grown and prospered, in all probability, a corporation gobbled it up. Eventually, its reason for being became less about delighting the ladies with the newest fashions or building a legacy, and more about satisfying quarterly returns and improving stock options. the prioritization of profit over principle quickly took over American corporate culture, and is what shaped the perspective of all ranks of many of today's business leaders. Most have never known anything else. Most have never known anything else. They are just playing the game as they were taught. Guys, what this is the end of the episode. So, guys, thank you for joining the picture fit the fact choose to invest in me. I can't wait to see you on tomorrow, guys. On tomorrow's episode, the next episode, the guys book up in the board. Until then, bye. Take off safe. Bye bye.